What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Run the North podcast. It's just me and Geek today, the entire episode. Miller's left the podcast. It's over. Sad days here on Run the North. I'm just kidding. He'll be here in like 10 minutes. But while we wait for Miller, we're going to be talking about some baseball to open the show. And then once Miller gets here, we're going to be getting into what we believe to be a pretty big episode. We have our West Division predictions with the NFC West. The AFC West will finish off those. If you haven't listened to the previous episodes where we've done all the other divisions, East, North, and South, you can go over and listen to those on the Spotify or watch them on the YouTube. And then we're going to hop right into our Week 1 preview. We're going to pick all our games. And we're doing something pretty fun with our Week 1, not just with Week 1, with our picks this season. We'll talk about that once we get to that segment. But before we get into that heaping pile of content, Geek, how you doing?
Doing all right. Pretty tired.
For those of you who don't know, a couple of things. First of all, Geek has been doing a subathon for close to 4 days now?
Is this day 5?
Even 5 days.
Hold on.
We started on Friday.
Yeah.
We're recording this on Tuesday. So it's been a long time.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Day 5.
This is day 5 of him live streaming. And that also means that Run the North is being recorded live for the first time ever. There are probably people watching us record this episode right now.
There are. I don't know who.
Yeah. I don't know who, but there are people watching us record this episode live. But yeah, outside of being tired, Geek, why don't you just give us a little bit of how your subathon experience has been?
I mean, it's been pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. Definitely better than what I thought, because my assumption was nothing would happen. We'd get no subs, nothing would happen. We'd just be here alone for 24 hours, and then it would be over. So that didn't happen, so that's pretty cool.
And it's good. Always good to see that, yeah. But
yeah. It's been pretty awesome.
Like I said, we're going to open up with some baseball because we are... What's up?
Real quick, Grayson, because you like to always be wrong and I get to call you out live for once, this is great.
Oh, man, this is awesome.
Run the North was live for the draft, but this is still the first time Run the North has been recorded live. That wasn't an episode.
The draft was not a recording.
A draft
We
party.
recorded an episode at 1 a.m. post that draft.
Right. The actual episode was
off
after
the stream.
The draft. Yeah.
This was not uploaded as an episode. It's not an official episode in the Run the North discography. Right. So, yes. Just to clear that up, Grayson. But, yeah, we're going to open up some baseball talk. Like we said, the wild card race in the AL is absolutely insane. Right now, Texas Rangers, who are only a half game ahead of my Jays, are down 14-1 to the Houston Astros. And the Jays, so if that score holds, it will. It's the bottom of the ninth. Over. Perfect. If the Jays beat the A's, they are officially back into the playoffs for the first time in a couple of weeks. All you got to do is just beat the Athletics. All you got to do is just beat the Athletics. But
I mean, it's 0-0, so they probably won't.
Yeah. I had mixed feelings about the whole Texas thing because I did maybe possibly on this show 2 weeks ago say I thought they were going to win the World Series. I should have added
lost
the benchmark
like 90 games in a row.
Yeah, I should have added the benchmark. If they make the playoffs, they can win the World Series, which I still believe to be true.
The draft episode was not recorded live. We live streamed our reaction to the draft. You moron. Also, Hoon is correct. Every Run the North episode has been live for him because he watches us through my window.
Okay, well, that's concerning. But yeah, the wild card race is insane. Seattle got beat today, so they're only... Actually, if the Jays win, I'm pretty sure they'll also be ahead of Seattle. Because... No, they won't. They'll have the same amount of wins, but the Jays will have a little more loss. Anywho, Geek, question for you. Okay.
Possible answer.
Do you believe in the Minnesota Twins? Yes or no? After their onslaught of the lowly Cleveland Guardians yesterday, where Lucas Giolito came up and gave up 9 earned runs in 3 innings to the Twins lineup. Now, you're a Twins fan. Mm-hmm. Slightly. He's a Rockies fan. Don't let him tell you I was.
No, I'm a Rockies fan, but the Twins
the Twins are the Minnesota team. So the question for you, Geek, is the Twins are going to make the playoffs because their division sucks.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they are.
They're in. Right. So, predictions, you're like, you know what? I'm just going to keep picking the Twins. But actually, do you believe in this team?
I mean, I still don't know, dude. Oh, hey.
They're a tough team to project. I would say. I think that's because they started out the season so poorly. It's always like the AL Central leader is always like the team where they're like, oh, like everybody's better than this team. How are they getting a playoff spot? And that's kind of what the Twins were for like 96% of this season, and now they're kind of like good.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what to make of that. This is what happens in baseball. Like Texas was one of the best teams in baseball, and now they're clawing for a wild card spot. Could possibly lose it tonight. But if you want my answer, I don't believe in the Twins. I think that any of the wild card teams will beat them, whoever they have to end up playing in the wild card. I don't think they'll beat any of them. Maybe the Rangers because of how bad their bullpen has been. But
maybe the Blue Jays because they're Blue
right
Jays.
now. Well, yeah, the Jays did blow an 8-1 lead and then get themselves eliminated last year. Yeah. No, that was a rough one.
Yeah. And you have to go against Dallas Keuchel, and yeah, that's how I feel too.
Yeah, no. Little break in the action here. Miller's here.
Twins will get clapped by the Yankees anyway. Grayson is so brain dead he doesn't even realize the Yankees aren't.
This is why we can never record this show live, because Grayson will say something too stupid for Geek to not respond to.
Pretty much.
And he'll have to respond. Anyway, Miller, how are you doing?
I'm all right, I suppose.
Miller, I feel like I just talked to you a few minutes ago.
Encouraging.
Yeah. Things have changed since we last spoke.
Oh no.
Over.
The vibes have adjusted, but that's neither here nor there.
Is it Kirkover?
I mean, yeah, that's just life, man.
It's Kirkover. That's unfortunate.
He's right. Life advice with Run the North.
Please don't
you want
follow
life
it.
advice? Don't.
Whatever.
That's too dark. I'm sorry.
Okay.
God damn, bro.
Sorry, life is hard. I am struggling, but it's okay because football starts this weekend. Woo!
Football starts like tomorrow.
Thursday.
Day after tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't care about the Lions or the Chiefs. I'll watch the game, but I don't care about them.
The Chiefs and the
We literally
Lions,
just recorded a thing about the Chiefs.
I know, and I'm very upset with how that's going to turn out because I rushed it.
Oh?
It's my fault. Yeah, it felt rushed. It was only like an hour long. I didn't get to go as deep as I should have, but I...
Wait. A conversation with you two only lasted an hour?
Like an hour and 10 minutes.
That's got to be rushed. There's no way
I told
you two
Geek
can...
going in. I told Geek going into it. I wanted to make it short, and then
Fair.
because I had plans, and then
Yeah, it was all because he had plans.
And I should have skipped on those plans, but that's
I
neither
agree.
here nor there.
I agree.
I agree too. I don't know what they were or why you're thinking they
happened.
should have skipped them.
No, but I
just know
will
that
be
you should
asking
have.
later off stream. So in like 4 days when the stream ends.
If you remember, in
I
4
can ask
days,
Miller whenever I want. I'm not on a subathon.
I could ask him
talk to
after
Miller
the
right after
stream.
this
I can just
recording.
turn off the volume and put the stream on. Be right back.
Yeah, it's true.
So
We could do that. All right, we'll be doing that after the episode. So
Yeah,
if we
we
disappear
will
after
be.
the episode, it's because we're giving life advice by Run the North.
But
Yeah, baseball. I mean, days are back. That's all I gotta say. Time. Playoff run, October. Here we go. It's so
take
over.
back my life
It's so
advice.
over.
Live your life. Don't listen to me. I'm just sad.
damn, I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
I do want to know.
Yeah.
Ow,
Life is
hour
difficult
and a
when
half.
you're a young adult.
I mean, I'm living it, brother. I feel you.
Yeah, no, I
know.
know.
I know the feels.
We're all in the same age group, roughly. We're the same generation, right?
Generations are like 10 years, so yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I don't know how that shit works, man. I'm not smart. I know
You
ball,
guys are
I know
also
nothing
only
else.
like 2 years younger than me. So
Not true.
no, I know that, but I didn't know when the divide was.
because the divide doesn't make any sense, but yeah, I think we are the same generation.
Yeah, no, like I said, I know ball, I know nothing else. I'm not a smart person.
That's valid.
Mm-hmm.
Rono's ball.
I mean, I don't know what else there is to say about baseball. I mean, once the playoffs start, there'll be much to say because the Jays will be on their way to what?
I'm being threatened. It's fine. Just I'm gonna be making
I'm
reactions
gonna
like that to
I'm
chat
gonna
all
keep
day.
going.
Just
I'm gonna keep going.
If I want
Who's
to
threatening
interject,
you?
I will interject.
It's probably
fine.
Grayson.
It's not Grayson.
Okay, it's
Who is it?
Galaxy Stitch. They're threatening me.
this is
That's scary.
this is
We gotta
why we've
just-
never recorded live.
We gotta just go. I will be making faces.
We gotta
and
just
stuff
go.
the
Yes,
whole time.
yes.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm just curious.
I know.
There's not much to talk about with baseball. Miller, who's winning the World
No.
Series? Just say a team. I don't care who it is. Who's winning the World
Get it
Series,
right.
Miller?
The Altoona curve.
Well, I mean,
You heard it here first.
AAA World, or is that a double A team?
I don't know.
They're minor leagues. That's all I know.
Let me check.
The only reason I'm saying that is because I drove by their stadium 4 times yesterday.
Oh.
Okay, well, they're the Pirates, so I feel like that's not gonna happen.
Grayson is Twitch chatting and driving. I just want the world to know.
Yeah, the
Grayson,
Pirates are
please don't crash.
the Pirates are only 8 games back of a wild card spot. They're gonna do it. It's fine. They're gonna do it. Now that Miller spoke this into existence, the Pirates were
No,
in the World Series.
I'm not rooting for the Pirates. Fuck the Pirates.
Okay,
I have
well
a
then you
friend
have to
that
say
likes
a
the
different
Pirates.
team.
Nope, I'm saying the Altoona curve. They're gonna get added to the MLB midseason.
The
Wonder if
Rockies
they're
are getting
doing-
sent down.
I mean, to be fair,
Actually, it would be the A's.
What's? Oh no, wait. What's the team Michael Jordan played for? The Birmingham what?
White Sox.
There's a Birmingham team that Michael Jordan played for first, and then he went to the White Sox.
Oh, they're a minor league team as well.
I know, but what are they called?
I got nothing, dude.
I just know they're Birmingham. I remember him.
I play a lot of this show. I can do this.
Birmingham.
The Barons? Gotta be the Barons.
It
yeah,
is
it's
the Barons.
It's the Barons. Okay, so that team's winning the World Series. Who are they affiliate of? It's the White Sox.
Well,
who
no,
are-
they used to be an affiliate of the White Sox. Are they still?
Who are
Can
24
I
games
just say
back
the
from a
Cubs
wild
and we
card
can
spot.
move
That'll
on
be
to a
fine.
real sport?
The Cubs are actually in the playoffs, so yes, the Cubs. The Cubs will win the World Series according
Are
to
they any
Football.
good?
Yes.
They do the ball good?
Oh, yeah, they are. They're
They're very good as of right
put it,
now.
Put it in NFL terms for me. Oh no, they're not the Giants, are they?
They're the Vikings
They're the Vikings.
from last year.
They're last year's Vikings, so they're going to lose in the wild card. But
Yeah.
they overperformed expectations, and
What the fuck?
quite frankly, nobody thinks they're that good. And
That's me.
now they're going to lose the wild card.
That's me.
What's
I don't
up,
think that's
Sorry.
Miller? Before we get into football, Miller's got
Yeah.
breaking news.
He's
No,
got
no,
what
no,
the
it's
fuck.
not breaking news. I just looked down. I'm uploading my Jets team preview, and it caught my eye. My Jaguars team preview is now my second most viewed team preview, which is so random.
It is.
It is
But
pretty
good for you,
random.
man.
I didn't know people
It's got
cared about the Jaguars.
519 views. No, my
People do
top
now.
4 is so weird. It's the Bears at number 1,
Makes
then
it- that
the
tracks.
Jaguars. Yeah, the Jaguars, and then I want to say the Seahawks.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the Steelers are my top 4.
See, people just wanted to hear you hate on the Steelers, though.
I
You're
actually
I don't
supposed
think
to
he
be
did that.
I
don't
know.
think he did that
He's
this year.
supposed to be
Yeah.
a Steelers hater, but he has betrayed the world.
Well,
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know.
unfortunate.
My hatred for the Steelers has shifted to Cleveland because they now have the Predator at quarterback.
True.
You know, that's fair.
The curse on Pittsburgh's been lifted.
It's okay.
Speaking of-
I fixed Cleveland. I took over. Trevor Lawrence is now their quarterback in a Madden league I just started. I fixed it. I'm being ignored? All right.
Miller.
No,
Miller
I'm trying to do the
froze.
math.
How are you doing
I was
that?
like, internally, I was like, you know that video of the woman where all the like numbers and formulas fly around her head?
Yeah.
I was trying to think how you got Trevor Lawrence to Cleveland.
It was a fantasy draft.
Trade?
So this I made Cleveland like respectable now. They are owned by me
Okay.
and they are now great. Wonderful. Perfect team.
We, as Run the North, should buy a football team.
Cleveland.
Yeah, like Like, Dude Perfect just bought a soccer team. People like Ryan Reynolds owns a soccer team. Like it's our time. We need to buy it. We need to buy some
the
kind
Cardinals.
of team. We could buy
And
the
then
Cardinals.
Nicole would work for us.
True. We could. And then she would have to edit our podcast because she works for us.
You would have to edit Run the North.
Geek wouldn't have to do it anymore.
Heck,
He'd
dude.
be free.
No, we can make Grayson edit it because
Sure,
we'll have
Grayson
money.
can do it. Here's the thing, dude.
Yeah, but I don't.
Here's the thing.
I don't trust.
I'm telling you right
Grayson's
now, if we
skills.
walk into the Cardinals facility with the three of us and $5 and like a Subway gift card, they'll probably be like,
Like
"Okay,
a
you can take it." Like,
Listen,
yeah,
I have
it's
one of those
fine.
preloaded credit cards that has $9 on it. I think that
Dude,
would be
yes,
enough.
throw that in there and it's over. We are gonna own the Arizona Cardinals, and the first thing we're gonna do.
You
What
can
are we
also
gonna do?
have this
I don't know what we're gonna
autograph.
do with the Cardinals.
We're gonna promote Nicole.
5 gum. I will
Nicole's gonna
autograph
be-
this 5
I don't know
gum and
what. I
give
don't
this
know
to
what.
them.
I don't
We'll
know
be
what.
the owners. We'll make her the general manager, and then we're gonna give Greg Dortch a lifetime maximum contract.
He's gonna get a 13-year, $500 billion contract.
Damn
And
straight.
He will be a Cardinal for life, and he'll be set for
Let's
life.
go! Shout out Greg Dortch,
We
who
get to
is
say
on
that
the
we-
agenda.
yeah. Good.
I
Good.
love
Greg
Greg
Dortch should be
Dortch.
on the agenda.
Nicole has made me a Greg Dortch fan.
Speaking of,
I almost bought a Greg Dortch T-shirt the other day.
You should.
I
have.
thought you did buy it. I was,
I
under the
was
impression you
going
did
to,
buy
but I'm broke.
it. Fair
Hey,
enough.
I get that.
Speaking of football,
Speaking of broke, Grayson, buy me a T-shirt. He said he'd do it earlier.
He did.
True.
This did happen.
He offered. I'm just doubling down on the offer.
Bro just wants to see my sadness mid-record, like when we were recording his episode. And you see me just go... I guess the timer jumps
Grayson,
back up by 2 hours.
If you will buy me a T-shirt, shoot me a DM and I will send you my address. I'm not joking.
and then if
Okay.
he sends you his address for undisclosed reason, I will also need it. If you would just pass that my way.
Don't worry, I'll
Or
figure it out
actually-
after
I'm
you place
gonna
the
walk up
order.
to a
Actually, Miller-
Jordan Love jersey on my
Miller-
doorstep.
The easiest way to do this is you just to tell us your address right
Ah,
here,
yes, of
right
course.
now.
My
yeah.
address
Please
is
don't.
7.
Next week at Run the North, Miller doesn't know this yet, but next week Run the North will be recorded live, all the three of us from his basement. All three of us in the same room with one microphone.
Why am I in a cage?
All gathered around this laptop with my Funko Pops behind us. Geek over one shoulder, Jake over the other.
Yeah.
And we help, and like we're all in like rolly chairs, and whoever isn't talking backs out, and another person scooches into the mic.
Okay,
You
that
know
would
what's
we
actually
just
funny
be
you
going
say
back
that?
and forth.
Because I have been in that situation before.
That's what I'm saying.
I have
dude.
done something
We could
like
totally do that. All right, so next
We need
week,
to do that for
party
our
at Miller's
school thing.
house,
Why
Run the
wouldn't
North.
you guys come record here where I actually have the chairs and mics and cameras to do this?
Because you live in
that.
Wyoming.
You live in the void. Yeah,
You live in the
residence
void.
is not real.
It's bad.
Geek, I have a genuine question.
You don't want to come to Cumland?
Please? Geek, please don't take any
No?
offense to me saying this. This is an actual question. Do you have an address?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
His address is 2.
Funnily enough, my P.O. Box number is 2. I do have P.O. Box 2.
Okay,
You
perfect.
put 2
So now
people
now we know where to send Geek's fan mail.
Just a P.O. Box 2. Don't put a... Don't
Doesn't matter where
No.
it is, but somebody
What-
with a PO box number of 2
what
is
is it?
getting.
What is it they used to send to YouTubers back when YouTube first started getting big and it was like really illegal? Anthrax.
He's getting a big old package of anthrax in his
Bro just
PO
wants me to
box.
die. What the fuck?
What does anthrax even do?
It's poison, I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
okay.
No.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if
Here,
it was
Geek.
poison or explosive.
Geek, we baked you this
Anthrax
brownie.
is a serious infectious disease.
Oh.
That
What the fuck do you ship a disease?
because you ship stuff coated in it, because it's it's caused by a spore.
So what do? Do you have to like just buy it offline and it ships? It's not like you pack it and ship it?
I don't know, bro.
Miller,
I've
I think
never
the best
shipped-
way
Hold on,
to-
let me get a Theo Vaughn moment real quick. Hey, look up how to ship anthrax.
I was gonna say,
to a
Miller,
YouTuber.
Miller, I think you should go on Google right now and look up how to buy anthrax. Where to find
I was gonna
anthrax
make a joke, but I can't
immediately.
make that joke live on the internet.
Ah, yes, because it would be so much better if this was
It'd
pre-recorded.
be so much better than
It would be
threatening to
okay.
poison Geek.
Yeah,
Yes.
straight up.
Well, I was gonna say, let me just Google how to build a bomb.
I just saw Oppenheimer, man. I can't.
Dude, if he can do it, who says I can't?
I
What's he
watched
got
the movie.
that I don't?
A
What's he
brain.
got
I know
that I don't?
I know everything he
brain.
knows.
He
I
has a
watched the
brain.
movie. He said everything he did. It's like a tutorial.
Exactly. It was literally a tutorial, step by step. I just have to find a wife and then cheat on her, and then I can do it. That's the only thing I'm missing.
He didn't. Wait. No, he didn't.
Yeah,
He
weren't
did
married
cheat on
yet.
his wife. Oh,
did.
They were
girlfriend.
married
no,
yet. I mean-
no, because he.
Oh,
Yeah, he went
They did
back.
do
Yeah, he went
went
Oh,
back.
back.
that's right. He did go back.
true.
Yeah. So step 1 to building an atomic bomb: have an affair.
Bro,
Step 2: you actual
Guys,
bomb shit.
this is Run the North, not the scuffed as. Can we fucking talk about ball,
This
please?
all relates
Where
to
did
the
this
NFL. Let's
start?
talk about.
I've been trying. I have said the words "speaking of football" 5 times, and every single time, one of you two bozos has been like me, and you
Hey,
started
I
talking
blame
about
my
Guys, the
chat,
Lakers
bro.
just signed Christian Wood.
I blame
I
my
don't even know
chat.
how we got here. Who signed Christian Wood?
The Lakers.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
that's breaking news. Oh my gosh. Well,
Look at me, I did
Per-
basketball.
Look at that. Christian Wood's a Laker. How does this
Did
affect LeBron's
basketball.
legacy?
It diminishes it. He doesn't have one. LeBron James sucks. Alex
true.
Caruso's better.
We can't get into this conversation. Not again. We're gonna
Anyway,
cut off the
speaking
football
of
segment
football, since
completely.
no one wants to.
Okay. Also,
transition-
do we want to do our week 1 preview first or our West Division predictions first on the fly?
Hold on, Grayson just sent me a DM.
What do we do?
Oh no.
Somebody better answer me. I'm gonna start screaming. All
He said,
these
"Need
ones,
a size and a
Cardinals, I
dress."
don't know.
right, we'll do the West Division predictions first. All right.
There.
So, as you guys know, these past few weeks we have been doing our division predictions for every single set of divisions. What the West is today. We'll start with the NFC as we have in all of these. So, going from last to first, like we always do, boys. I can go first, but I'll open the floor first. Who do we have finishing in? I mean, this isn't even really a question, but who do we have finishing last in the NFC West?
Might be a bit of a hot take, but I really don't think the Arizona Cardinals are going to be very good this year. I know that's a little controversial, but like,
Ridiculous.
Who would have thunk it?
Yeah,
I thought
sorry,
I
Nicole.
thought we were going
if
to the
you're
bowl.
out there, I'm
Um,
sorry.
I thought
So-
we were going to the bowl.
I think we all. I think we all.
bandwagon.
I think we all have the cards here
Got the
on last
bandwagon
place. It's just a
Cardinals.
matter. It's just a matter of record. I have the Arizona Cardinals at 4-13, gentlemen. I think they'll win a couple of games with Kyler if he does play.
Yeah,
I don't think they'll
would
win
say-
any in their current situation.
Yeah, give me like 4-13. I think Kyler can win a few.
So I've got them at 1-16 under the assumption that I've been going with all offseason. That
That Kyler
Kyler
just
won't
doesn't
play
play.
because there's no fucking point. Let him heal up.
You
There's
think
no
that?
point.
However, the Cardinals are. You have to think smart and then think, oh, what would the Cardinals do?
Well, no, because they have a new GM and a new coach, and
People said they're going to play him.
They did say that they expect him
Every
to play
single
this
one of
year.
those people said they're going to play him.
But
this
to be
year.
fair, they kind of have to say that. They
right, you
can't be
have
like,
to say
That's
it,
true.
and then
I think
when
he'll
you
play,
start
personally,
off
which is why I have him at
0-7,
4-13.
Kyler's gonna tell them, "Why would I play?"
Because then they go 10-0, finish 10-7, get a wild card spot, make it to the Super Bowl. Kyler wins Super Bowl MVP. Game over. He gets a ring. Caleb Williams talk is
Greg
over.
Dortch wins Super Bowl MVP. Thank you very much.
True. 400 yards, 5 touchdowns in the Super Bowl against the
Wrong.
against the Colts.
Texans.
Buda Baker.
Texans.
Oh,
Grand
better.
irony.
that would be so rough for the Cardinals. Get picks 31 and 32 when you thought you were gonna have
Be
1 and 2.
crazy.
Kyler was named team captain. Yeah, because Kyler's a team captain. That's not surprising.
Yeah, because it's just because they like him. Just because a guy's injured doesn't mean you're like, oh, I hate that guy now. How dare he be hurt? He's a
Why
terrible
would you
leader.
name him a captain? He might not play all year because he's still
Good leaders.
Kyler Murray.
If he was such a good leader, why isn't he healthy?
Right.
That's real. Everyone knows the best
So much
football
Call
players
of
do not
Duty,
get
he
hurt.
tore his ACL.
Not again.
How do we know
Oh.
it's an ACL injury? Maybe he sprained his thumbs from all the joystick fiddling.
They're just
I
trying
don't like
to
when
cover
I
up
use
with
the word
ACL.
fiddling. That made it sound
Fiddling.
weird.
Not only did you say the word fiddling, fiddling. You knocked off the G and said fiddling.
Fiddling.
Bro's fiddling. Bro's on
but,
Hey, you
fiddling.
don't be fiddling with the joysticks? You
I'm
don't
pretty
be-
sure
you don't be fiddling with it?
we're gonna be consensus on the NFC West, I would say. So in third place, I had the Los Angeles Rams at 6-11.
Ow.
I think Stafford and Cup can still win a few games when they're both healthy, which, if that's going to be a thing this year, who knows?
Well,
But
Cup's already missing time, and
I mean, their defense alone makes me want to pick them to go 0-17 just for fun. But I think their secondary could be sneaky, stingy, and Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp go Burr.
Look, maybe I'm putting a little bit too much weight into their young pieces, but you guys know I'm a big fan of Kobe Turner. I love Puka Nacua. I like a couple of their other defensive pieces. I think they're going to go like 7-10. That's where I'm at. I think they can. Yeah, I don't think the Rams are like this god awful football team.
No,
I really
they're not.
don't.
I mean,
It's
are you
also
sure?
stomach vague.
They
Yeah, I
have
don't
like
think they
one
are.
offensive lineman who would start on any other team ever to exist in the history of all time.
I still don't think they're like god awful. I think they're mediocre.
And we don't even know if Stafford has an arm anymore.
Like Jake said, I have faith in Stetson. I'm a Stetson believer.
Wild.
Yep.
I said on my Rams preview, if there's any quarterback this year that could be Brock Purdy, it would be Stetson Bennett.
Yeah, and Brock Purdy on the Rams would win 0 games. Promise.
Well, I don't mean literally playing exactly like Brock Purdy. I mean beating expectations and actually looking like tricking people into thinking he's a good quarterback. I'll put it that way.
Didn't DTR already do that?
DTR tricked people for like 2 games because he blocked a linebacker.
Actually,
Yeah, and
DTR is
DTR's
still the GOAT, so it's fine.
I love him.
QB1.
Tough work in the preseason, but
I'll push
he's
DTR
playing
agenda so he starts over you shall
I mean,
not be named.
That's fair.
I'd love for him to start
But
over.
I'm still not a DTR guy, unfortunately.
But
still
no,
always
so I have the Rams at 4-13 because this is not a good football team.
I mean, that's probably where I'd have their floor, I would say.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't like the defense at all, and every offense is like scary. They don't have a player in their secondary at all. They have no players. I don't like anybody in their secondary. John Johnson exists now, I guess.
I love John Johnson.
But he also that's neither here nor there.
I think he'll be better back in the system. That was the issue with Cleveland, is it was a bad system for him. They had him playing out of
That's
position
fair.
and playing more up in the box than.
Yeah,
That's fair.
this is true.
But, yeah, I'm very low on the Rams though, so it's okay.
And understandably so. I get it. I'm not.
I
gonna
mean,
act
there
like the
definitely
Rams
is
are-
reasoning. I think it's still McVay. I think
That's fair.
Stafford. I think McVay can do something with nothing, even if Cup isn't healthy. I think they'll be okay.
This is where we're gonna differ because I know Geek wants to be different.
I didn't
He's
do it
gonna
on
have the Niners,
purpose.
but I have the Seahawks.
I didn't even. You want me to be real quick? They have the same record, and I don't know why the Seahawks are higher.
Oh, okay.
It's
Well,
whatever
that's
player
different
predictor
then.
gives the tiebreaker too. Yeah.
Right.
I had the Seahawks 10-7. I think their offense is going to be crazy good. I think there is still some question marks on their defense. I think the linebackers are a question mark. I think the interior of the defensive line is still a question mark. Especially depth-wise, they're not really great at a lot of positions depth-wise. Corner is one where they could be okay at depth-wise. Running back, they obviously have a good running back room. But if anybody goes down the offensive line, it's over. So, especially one of, Abe Lucas or Charles Cross. Like, one of those two guys goes down, it's looking pretty rough. And Geno, he did look a little bit mobile last year, but he's not really a guy who's going to be creating out of structure every single play. I love the receivers. Obviously, they don't have a reliable option at tight end, but JSN kind of makes up for that.
Noah
okay, I
Fant
guess.
disrespect. Jeez.
He's okay. Noah
What
Fant's
is Noah
mid.
Fant done?
Right. He's mid.
Nothing.
To be
You
fair,
said
though, most
reliable.
tight ends are mid.
Right.
Most tight ends are mid. Yeah, but okay, fine. They have Noah Fant, but
Yeah.
other than that, their tight ends suck.
I think Jake was trying to say they don't have anybody that stands out. It's
Fair,
just a
but-
bucket of mid.
So I think that I don't know. I think 10-7 might be harsh. That might be more towards their floor, but I don't think they can win this division personally.
I've
like
got
the
them at
Niners,
like
but
11-6. My big concern is going to be how they defend the run, because they've got. I want to say it's Monet is their nose, and like he's fine, but if he goes down, yikes. There were games last year where the Seahawks literally were playing without a nose tackle on the roster, or without a healthy nose tackle on the roster, and they said, well, they don't need to address that. Surely there are no issues at nose tackle, and they just didn't. And then, like Jake said, the linebackers are, to the run game effect, I will give Bobby Wagner credit. That's like the only thing he can do now is play the run. But yeah, I mean, Jamal Adams isn't going to be on the field, I don't think, unless he's like way ahead of schedule and I'm completely talking out of my ass. Offense will be fine, but like Jake said, the depth on the offensive line is pretty tough. And they lost the QB whisperer. Oh my God, it's going to kill me that I forgot his name. The Bucs offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
the dude who fixed Geno is gone, which I'm not saying that means Geno's going to suck this year, but I do think that'll hinder Geno at least a little bit.
Dave Canales,
yep. So I'm going to say like 11-6, 10-7. I'm kind of with Jake on that.
I also have the Seahawks at 11-6, but I apparently have the Niners finishing second in this division because of Playoff Predictor. I don't know. I just picked games and they said the Seahawks were better for some reason. So I don't know. We'll talk about the Seahawks because that's what you guys talked about.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. There's not much more to say about this team.
Yeah.
I mean, I still really hope Jamal Adams can come back and be like.
Yeah, he actually, with his current injury, was supposed to come back for camp, and then he hurt his hand, and now he's out for an undetermined amount of time. He actually isn't really dealing with the first injury as much anymore. He was ready to come back to camp, and now he's hurt his hand. So hopefully he'll play sometime this season because that defense could definitely use him. I also don't know he was only 26.
Yeah, he's still young.
Very young.
Jamal Adams is what?
26, dude. I just saw that. I thought he was at least 28. It was crazy. Like, that dude is so young. If he comes back, they'll be fine. But that means
alternate reality are we living in?
I don't know. It's insane, dude. I don't know. It's crazy.
Wait. He was drafted the Trubisky year.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's entering his 6th season, so he's 20 when he was drafted. 26 now. Trubisky's only like 26, right?
Dude, that feels like a lifetime ago. My God.
Yeah.
Life is crazy.
Trubisky 29. So those two are vastly different in age. But, that means that me and Miller at least have the Niners in first place. I have them at 12-5. I don't know, dude. It's just hard to bet against them because we do it every year. We try and come up with some concept or some way for some other team to win the division or for Kyle Shanahan to finally fall off a cliff with whatever quarterback he has, and every single year they seem to prove that wrong. I don't like Brock Purdy. I hate Brock. What, Geek?
Every year they prove that wrong, except any year that Jimmy G wasn't the starter. When they had another guy on Brock Purdy's level,
people never liked Jimmy G.
Sure. But Jimmy G has always been, like, stable.
It's fine. They don't prove it wrong every year. Whatever. But most of the time, when they don't have a good quarterback, people are like, oh, it's over, whatever. And I hate Brock Purdy, which should make it even more clear how much I like Shanahan and the way he runs his offense for them to still win the division, because I don't think Brock Purdy is a good quarterback. If I'm being completely honest, I really hope Brock Purdy just flames out this year, because I think that's what he'll actually do. But I can't bet on that because I've never seen that happen. Other than like Nick Mullins being terrible, and now he's a Viking. Whoop. Jimmy G, amongst others, I probably rank him bottom half of the league, and they went to the Super Bowl with him. So even if Brock Purdy's a bottom half of the league starter, I think they'll be fine. I love the weapons: CMC, Kittle, Ayuk, Debo. The defense is good. I don't know who's the defensive coordinator now. Somebody help me out.
Steve Wilkes.
Wilkes, who I don't know how you guys compare him to DeMeco Ryans as a defensive coordinator.
It's not far off.
It's not far off in my opinion. So I don't think it's too much of a drop off, even if it is a drop off at all. So I don't know. I don't think they're gonna miss a step there. They've tossed around defensive coordinators, and
they have a new one every year, and it never matters.
So it never matters. So Steve Wilkes, I think they'll be fine. I don't think there's any reason to doubt the defense at this point. Fred Warner's the best linebacker in football. Nick Bosa is one of the best edges in football. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing that nothing that tells me they shouldn't win this division, at least from now perspective.
Do we think Nick Bosa gets traded?
No.
I don't think he will.
I don't think the Niners would do it. I think
they'll do it if their backs are against a wall, but I don't think that'll end up happening.
I think
Has he decided if he's going to sit out or not?
I haven't seen anything.
No, I don't think he's going to sit out. I think that, like,
good.
If I'm the 49ers, I'm handing him a blank check, to be completely honest. I mean,
the only issue is they have a lot of money tied up.
They should pay him. Like, I would pay him wherever before I would trade him, unless he's asking for some absurd amount that they couldn't pay.
The issue is, do you pick Bosa? It's like the one tweet Miller shared earlier. Do you pick Bosa over Kittle, Ayuk, and Juszczyk?
You don't have to.
You have to pick him over some people. You cannot pay this entire roster.
I know.
You will lose many.
Okay. Here's the thing, right? One of the names they're going to lose is Dre Greenlaw. That's fine. They have D winners. He is built in the same mold. They have the same type of coaching staff around him. That'll be fine. Kittle is starting to age out. So by the time he's up for a new contract, he's just not going to be Kittle anymore. Right? We've already seen Debo kind of start to step down. If anything, I could see them trading away Debo and just going all in on Ayuk, which would make a ton of sense. You can lump Juszczyk in there because he's not making anything. Like, they would find ways to make Juszczyk work. They'd cut corners somewhere else. That is the pillar of that offense. Like, that was why that tweet pissed me off so bad, because they threw in Juszczyk and they're like, what, his $5 million per year is really going to make that much of a difference on Bosa? Shut the fuck up, dude. You don't know ball if you're saying that. They'll cut their backup safety or send Tashawn Gibson packing before they send Juszczyk packing.
He might be the only person in their secondary worth a damn.
Respect Talanoa Hufanga, buddy.
I forget he exists constantly.
But yeah, no, if there's one thing I have learned watching the 49ers, well, there's two things. But when it comes to the team building, the one thing I have learned is that John Lynch knows what he's doing. I have full faith in John Lynch because there's always some random rotational defensive lineman or that starts for the 49ers that leaves, goes somewhere else, and it's like, oh, this is it. This is going to be the big downfall of their defense, and it goes with the defensive coordinator too. It happens every year. They lose their defensive coordinator, they lose the defensive lineman. It's like, oh, this is it. The Niners are cooked. It's over. And then John Lynch is like, nope, this other defensive lineman we drafted in like the 6th round is going to work. And then, you know, they find ways. The only time that hasn't worked is with Javon Kinlaw. And guess what? They have Javon Hargrave now. So who cares? I have all the faith in the world in the Niners. And I know Jake is over here like, I hate Purdy and I want Purdy to flame out. I'm not a Purdy fan. You guys know that. I don't hate Purdy. My issue has never been with Purdy. It's the way the media treats him and the way the media views him. It's not a Purdy thing. I want Purdy to succeed and prove me wrong because that means the 49ers will be better. And I want the 49ers to be a relevant football team for as long as Kyle Shanahan is coaching them. Primarily because I want Shanahan to get a ring to shut people the fuck up that doubt him as a coach in an offensive mind because he doesn't have one yet. Because he has been a part of some collapses. And when you look at it, it's kind of more on the defense than him, but that's neither here nor there. The defense or the quarterback. You know, you look at Jimmy G with the 49ers. Or Tom Brady being Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And but the also, defense being unable to stop Brady.
You know, you have a 28... I'm using this one as an example. Mm-hmm. You have a big lead. You are free to score more points. Maybe don't draw up a pass play on 3rd and 1 when you're in field goal range from the shotgun where your center then
I'm not
shoots
saying
it over
Shanahan's perfect.
No,
He's made bad decisions.
Coach is.
But
every coach makes bad
my
decisions.
point is the amount of blame that Shanahan gets for those is ridiculous. I'm not saying he didn't contribute to them because he did. It's a team sport. But it's not his fault directly. This is not Shanahan is a failure. It's this guy, and Shanahan messed up. It's not Shanahan messed up. It's ridiculous. But no.
Yeah.
That offense, as long as Shanahan is running it, is going to be fine. Purdy has shown that he can execute the offense and hit open receivers in the quick game. That's kind of all that matters. So, unless Purdy forgets how to hit Brandon Ayuk on a slant or throw a screen to Debo, I think the Niners will be perfectly fine.
He struggled to do that last year. Big thing. is Kyle Shanahan just Andy Reid?
Yes.
And he needs to go to a new team to actually be
Matt
that guy.
Eberflus, I'm sorry, I love you with all my heart, but if Shanahan comes a knocking,
No, I'm sorry. Shanahan's a Viking. Sorry.
you have Kevin
You don't
O'Connell.
want
You
that.
get
You
your
got
weird
KSJ.
little disciple. You don't
Yeah.
get the master.
Nobody wants to go to Chicago. It's fine.
Literally everybody wants to go to Chicago.
Okay.
I want to go to Chicago. Actually, going
Jake
there in
even
November.
wants to go
Yeah,
to Chicago.
Jake doesn't
I'm
count.
actually going there
He's
in
a
November.
weirdo.
Yeah.
Jake literally has Kyle Shanahan's phone number, and they're going to Chicago next week.
Oh,
Sorry, he didn't tell you because you guys aren't close like that.
My trip in November is to see my friends from school, but in reality, it's to meet with Kyle Shanahan at
me.
Soldier Field, and Miller. Miller will be there.
And Corey
too.
Blasingame.
And Corey Blasingame will be there because we're going to interview him at Soldier Field.
Yeah.
And then we're going to interview Shanahan and turn it around, and then at the end of the interview, he'll say, "I'm a Chicago Bear," and Miller will go, "Woo!"
At the end of the interview, George McCaskey's going to walk out with a blank check and papers, and then he's going to walk out with Matt Eberflus, and Matt Eberflus is going to be like, "Surprise! I'm the defensive coordinator now." And then he's going to be like,
"Here you go, Kyle."
Here you go.
And then they're
going to
hire.
going to be there like,
Yeah.
making that exact face.
And then, they're going to hire me and Miller at some kind of role in the front office.
I'm going to be the league's first fullback coach.
Yes, fullback coach, and I am going to burn the organization down from the inside.
Actually, I'm going to fire you. You'll be the assistant to the fullback coach. You're like
I'm okay
Dwight.
with that.
Shanahan's going to steal my job, so Run the North ends as soon as that happens. Because none of these guys are smart
We'll be
enough
running
to do
the
it.
Chicago Bears.
No. So
Guys,
Sorry,
I
Keith.
run the Bears now. Shanahan's stealing my job.
No.
So I run the Bears.
No,
that is
guys,
literally what I was talking about. That's what I was reading from chat. You moron.
We've already established.
Geek
Already
talks
established that
loud
we're
and
buying.
makes that
We've
think
already
he's
established
smart.
that we're buying the Cardinals. So why I don't know what all this bear.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm quitting.
We're just gonna hire Kyle Shanahan and he can cook with Greg Dortch. Simple. I don't know why we didn't think of this before.
Greg Dortch is now a fullback.
Miller's
Greg
quitting,
Dortch
so
is
we
gonna
will
do
be
all these crazy things. Interviewing not Bears
remaking-
fans because that would mean Grayson
I'm
would
quitting.
be the
I'm
next.
quitting
Yeah,
the
no.
Cardinals
No.
to go work for the Bears.
No, Miller's quitting. We will be.
Actually, we're gonna
it'll
hire a
just be-
neutral fan.
It'll just be me and Jake moving forward. We are changing the name to the Ball Knower podcast.
Not again.
I am suing you.
Not again.
You don't own the
copyright
trademark.
infringement.
Miller,
bro.
you don't know what a trademark means. You don't know what that
You
is.
don't know how to
You
go
don't
to
know
the
what that
trademark
means.
office,
You
bro.
don't know how to go to the trademark office. Go
It costs
there
money,
right now.
Miller. You
Why
don't
don't
got
you go there
shit.
right now, Miller? Why don't you go to the trademark office right now? Why don't you go take a hike?
I was having a bad day, and I came on here to sit down and talk football. And now I'm
We are
having
talking
my
football.
intelligence questioned,
Oh.
and I am being berated.
Bro calls me dumb and berates me and pretends I don't get to be part of the show.
Geek,
But then
Geek,
he
Hey,
eats
Geek,
it.
can you shut up,
I'm
Geek?
angry.
Thanks. All right, moving on.
Nah. See, because he gets to act like that, and it's towards me, and it's all cool. I
He's
dish a
doing
little
the-
bit back, and he cries like
Miller's
every
Miller's
Bears
doing
fan.
the I think you should
Babies.
leave thing where he starts losing an argument. He just sits in the corner on his phone like this while it's charging. No, we have let's move on to
Yes, it is
the
TikTok.
the AFC West. In last place, you guys might hate me for this one.
Chiefs.
It's finally the year Mahomes. The Raiders. I don't think you're gonna hate me for having them in last. You might hate me for the record.
Oh fuck! I accidentally threw my headphones.
The Raiders at 5-12.
Fuck. Okay, they still work. The
Raiders
mean that-
are Raiders at 5-12.
Oh,
So that's
Jakey
That's a
boy.
little
Nice pick.
generous.
Oh,
It's generous. I thought you were gonna say the opposite. Like, how could you, you monster? What's wrong with you? You don't know ball. Get off this podcast.
No, because like the
Josh
Raiders,
McDaniels.
I like their running back room or their backfield, right? You got
Yeah.
Jakob and you got Josh. They're pretty cool. And you go
Oh,
forward,
Josh signed. Never mind. He'll play. Never mind. I forgot he signed the deal.
and then you go forward and it's like, oh,
Offensive
Jimmy.
line.
And then you go
Jimmy.
out and it's like, oh,
Devontae
Jacoby
and
Myers.
Hunter Renfrow is
Bro
irrelevant,
just
and he
forgets
sucks.
Devontae Adams and Hunter Renfrow exist. So that's
I did forget
incredible.
about Tay. I did forget about Tay. Free Tay. That's why, because Tay doesn't belong. Remember when they were trying to free Tay K? We need to free Devontae. Okay. Yeah. He needs to get out.
Trade
he needs
him
to be a
Minnesota.
Bear. But no, like,
Because I just
genuinely
want to see
speaking,
everyone cry.
their passing game is going to suck because I have zero faith in Jimmy G outside of a Kyle Shanahan offense. Their offensive line, they have pieces, but as a whole, it's iffy.
Jimmy G in a Josh McDaniels offense.
We've seen
Josh
that once
McDaniels
before.
offense.
That's what got him paid.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Never
we also
mind.
saw
Raiders
that with
win the
Bill
division.
Belichick's input in supervision.
Belichick's
Josh McDaniels
a
isn't
defensive
shit
coach,
with.
dude.
It doesn't matter. Belichick still knows ball and makes in. Do you really think Belichick goes? Hey, Josh.
Are you
Based
trying to
off
tell me
of last
Belichick
year's
doesn't know
Patriots
ball?
offense, yes, I do think Belichick tells
Okay.
somebody else to run it and fucks off. Because if he's
Okay,
running it,
maybe
we
he
now
did
know he
last year
can't
when he had no
run a
interest
team.
in it. Maybe when he had no fucking interest in it. But I'm
Because he
saying
hates
when,
Mac Jones.
right?
He doesn't
Why did
like
he
Mac
draft him?
Unironically, he hates Mac Jones. We
He
know
does.
this. This is a fact.
If that was true, he would have named Malik Cunningham the starter like a real
No,
man.
because Malik Cunningham's a wide receiver according to Belichick.
Sure.
Or no, he's Taysom Hill. I'm sorry, he's a football player.
I hate it here.
He does everything.
I hate Belichick.
I love Belichick. But
Never
no,
mind, I
like,
hate him.
genuinely speaking, I have so little faith in Josh McDaniels right now. The only saving grace is that Jimmy G has played in his offense before, so maybe you can make the argument that Derek Carr didn't fit. But I don't know how much I buy into that. Tay is there, Michael Mayer's there. I like them. Jacoby Myers doesn't move me. Hunter Renfrow, I don't know
He's
if
a
they're
good
going to be able to
slot
get
guy.
He's a good slot, but I don't know if he's going to be able to be taken full advantage of with the weapons they have right now, because he was kind of reliant on like being the guy you kind of forgot about, and then he'd make like some really smart football play, and you'd be like, "Yo, okay." Now that he's kind of like the second best receiver on the team, it's like,
Hey, don't forget about the GOAT Keelan Cole, who will
Of
undoubtedly make one play that wins them a game this year.
he will.
That's what he does.
And then on defense, you've got Mad Max, you've got Tyree Wilson.
And Chandler Jones wants out.
Yeah,
He
what
wants
the fuck?
out?
I don't know what
Yeah,
that
he's
was actually.
Bro, listen, that is the definition.
He posted on his Instagram like, I can't be playing here if this is my head coach and GM.
No, so I guess it all happened because he can't get in the building apparently.
Okay, that is kind of fucked up.
So he keeps having to train at like a Planet Fitness or some bullshit.
Okay, if that's
Yeah.
the reason he wants out, that's valid, because that's kind of fucked up. I thought he was just mad because he like wasn't getting PT, and it's like, my brother in Christ, you sucked last year.
Yeah.
There's a reason they drafted Tyree Wilson in the top 10. You were not good.
Miller, what do you have the Raiders at? Curiosity.
What did you say? Like 5 wins?
I haven't
Yeah, and
thought.
you said that was
I could-
generous, so
You're gonna have to go
Maybe
3
not
wins.
as generous. I could see like 4.
Okay. Geek, who do you have in last place? I mean, I know you have in last
the
place.
Raiders 5-12.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so yeah, maybe not as generous as I thought. But like, I'm just so not moved by that team. Again, free
I'm not
Tay,
moved by
free
them.
Tyree Wilson. Tyree Wilson belongs in Chicago, man.
Yeah.
What about
And,
Max
in third
Crosby?
place-
Are we just saying he has to stay here?
Pretty Max Crosby,
I mean,
yeah.
Oh no, he already got his contract, so he is kind of
Yeah.
stuck. For
Also,
now.
the entire IG story thing was wild. I also don't 100% know if it was real. Like, it was definitely posted on his IG story,
It's weird.
but
yeah,
I
it's
still
strange.
kind of believe, like, maybe he was hacked, because it's very odd. And it just doesn't feel like Chandler Jones actually said any of that. I don't know if you've ever listened to him talk, but that's not really
Yeah.
I can't say I have,
Fuck.
unfortunately.
Miller
Neither have I.
football placed in order.
Oh man, he actually bought you a T-shirt.
He
I
did.
love Grayson.
Wait, so does that add time to the timer?
It does.
Merch?
How much?
Yeah.
How much? How much?
Almost an hour.
Let's go!
More. So in third place, I have a team that I think is one of the more overrated teams in football this upcoming season. Denver, 8-9.
Okay.
I don't think they're a playoff team. I don't think Sean Payton's going to have as big of an impact on Russell Wilson as you think he will. Their receivers can't stay healthy. Tim Patrick's out for the year. I'm pretty sure Judy's hurt. Cortland Sutton's there. I like him a lot.
Geek.
They just traded away their only good... Actually, I'm not going to say that. Who are the tight ends now?
Who?
Dulcich.
Is Greg Dulcich good? Does he cook? I know they traded away.
I don't think he got much
it was kind of like
PT
their
last year.
only... when he did, I thought he was okay. Okay, well, Greg Dulcich may be an exciting thing, but they added they added Zach Allen, and they added a couple pieces all around. But I don't know.
Oh.
This team still doesn't move me too
Adam Troutman
much.
is their tight end one.
Okay,
Sean
so
Payton guy.
yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't know. They don't move me yet. I think that might be a year off. I mean, I don't know. Like, I still like the defense, and I like Sean Payton. They did lose a defensive coordinator, which,
They replaced him with Cardinal guy. What's his name? Came over from the Cardinals. Literally a very notable defensive coordinator.
Frazier?
His name escaping me. No.
Oh, Vance Joseph.
Joseph.
Yeah, Vance.
I mixed those two up.
Vance is still a respectable DC.
Yeah, okay, yeah. But at the point being, I like their defense, but I don't think the offense is going to be good enough, especially not in this division. So 8-9.
I would say if the receiver room wasn't banged up, I would feel a lot better about this team.
Badly.
No.
Because it's really...
Tim Patrick's out for the year, and Judy's missing a couple weeks, I believe.
They only have...
So...
Well, ESPN's depth chart only has them having 4 receivers total.
Is that including out for the year Tim Patrick?
No, those are the other 2 that are on the list. There are 6 total, but 2 of them are on IR. So you've got Judy, Sutton, Mims, and Brandon Johnson.
I like
those
Marvin
are your
Mims.
4.
I like Marvin Mims, but yeah, still doesn't move me too much.
Yeah, look, I like their backfield a lot. I love Javonte. I love Samaje Perine, especially in the role that he's going to play. Which Geek, who is he going to closely resemble this year?
Darren Sproles, just with height.
Jake, I asked Geek.
Yeah, you're taking
You weren't there.
my take. You're taking my take.
You weren't there. You don't get
Wait,
to be in
this is
on
your
it.
take?
I keyed Miller into this one.
Yeah,
I
did you not
exploded his
see
brain.
the TikTok?
What TikTok?
When we did
Where
the Broncos preview, and I
literally
exploded
made a
his brain.
TikTok about
I
that.
don't watch your TikToks.
All right, so we're
Ouch.
looking for a new
Sometimes.
Packers fan.
I think Steven might
No,
be the
I'm
guy.
kidding. I saw the
Yeah.
TikTok. I wouldn't come up with this before. I wouldn't come up with this on my own.
Steven was
I don't
playing
even know
video
Darren
games
Sproles
with
is.
me last night, so Steven wins.
Valid. Which, by the way, speaking of video games, Geek, what do you have Baldur's Gate on?
PC.
Again.
Fuck. Okay.
What? Oh, you were looking for people to play with?
Yeah,
Caleb's
I got it for
getting it on
PS5.
PS5.
I know, because I was talking to Caleb when he bought it. So,
Valid.
because literally all of my friends have PCs, and I was so excited to start up a campaign with them, and then we found out it wasn't cross-platform, and I
That
got
part
sad.
sucks.
So dumb. But
I'd
no,
love
like,
to.
I love Denver's backfield. Michael Burton is there too, obviously. Their offensive line, iffy. Russ, I think, is going to be a lot better this year than he was last year. He's going to be playing in an offense that actually allows him to play to his strengths and isn't just Nathaniel Hackett saying, hey, Russ, throw over the middle every play. And he's like, no, Nathaniel, I can't do that. I'm too short. And he's like, I don't care. This is what Aaron did. And he's like, no.
Be
that was
Aaron.
actual
I don't want
conversation.
to. I don't like ayahuasca.
yeah. Smoke this right
Smoke
now.
it now.
Uh-oh.
Smoke smoke it and then come to Star Wars Trivia Night.
You
Sorry.
guys ever heard of something called the Gold Zone?
But no, and then the defense. I mean, the defense is going to be good. I like the defense too. I'm a little worried about the edges.
Oh.
I
mean, is that guy on
don't-
that edge?
No, he's an interior lineman. He'll be they run a 3-4, so he'll be a D end. But I'm talking about like the outside linebacker edges.
Yeah, they're not good.
They're okay. There's some potential there, but I'm not sold on them yet. Obviously, Pat Surtain's going to be awesome. The DBs are going to be fine, but I think they're like an 8-9, 9-18.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah! Grayson's getting Baldur's Gate. There's our trio: me, Grayson, and Caleb.
You need 4 though.
We can't just run 3.
You can. Somebody buy it for me on PS5, and I'll join them.
We'll probably get
no,
Valente if you can't.
Geek Broncos 2?
I have
Broncos
them.
2?
I have the Broncos in third, and I think
I know, but like
I see what
Broncos
you
as well.
Broncos
8
also.
and 9, 8 and 9 as well.
Yeah.
Ow.
So who talks first? You talk first?
Somebody
I talk first.
argues about something. Russell Wilson be a top 5 quarterback.
No.
In
like
second
those
place, we're not going to defer here. Chargers.
Fuck the Chargers, by the way. Fuck
Entity,
them
thank
in
you for the
particular.
tier 1 sub and the raid. How
Why
you doing?
is... What did
I
he
still have
talking
to
They
about?
talk to
cut
the stream.
Xander Horvath.
I still have
What are
to
you
talk
talking to your stream about? Come on.
Entity rated and used a Prime sub, and I was thanking him and being cool and asking him how he was doing, and I was trying not to interrupt the flow of the fucking podcast, you goob. That's why I muted.
Too late now.
Chargers 11 and 6.
No,
Benny Hill
I
seems
want to go
copyrighted.
in my rant.
I've never gotten to go first. Chargers at 11 and 6. I win.
Benny Hill theme copyrighted Geek.
Probably.
All right.
Okay.
I want
never
to
mind.
take the Chargers organization and just
Push it over there.
I want to
Move
I
it
want
somewhere else.
to squish it. I want
Big
to
bikini
squish
bottom.
it because they took Xander Horvath, a promising young fullback, and as Geek
Packer
said,
now, by the
pushed
way.
him somewhere else.
Fine.
He's a Steeler. He's
How
on
is the
Steelers
stream,
practice squad.
Entity?
Anymore.
Shut up, Jake.
I paid him.
You're
in
wearing an
V-Bucks.
Adidas shirt.
I paid him in V-Bucks, and now
You're
he's
wearing
a
an
Packer.
Adidas shirt. Your opinion is
This is
irrelevant.
true.
What's wrong with Adidas?
Man, this is true. Nothing's wrong with Adidas. He's just.
I don't like lines.
He's just a little loser boy.
Lines make me uncomfortable.
I don't like lines. I don't like them.
This is why I was
Final.
bad at theater because I
Oh,
could
yeah,
never
enjoy
memorize
your
my
radio.
lines.
Hopefully I
didn't
can
like
listen
like
later.
lines. That was just Miller in every rehearsal. Like, David, did you memorize your lines yet? I don't like
them.
lines.
I'm going to improvise like the Marvel.
I'm gonna
actors.
improvise. Miller, once again, you are not the Robert Downey Jr. Oh yeah.
What do you mean?
Watch
you mean
this.
that. I just walk out on stage. He's right behind me, isn't he?
Well, the bomb worked.
You guys
Imagine
having
if
fun?
Oppenheimer, after the bomb went off,
I'm
went,
referencing-
it's right behind me, isn't it?
I'm referencing a TikTok of a guy who made "If Oppenheimer Was a Marvel Movie," and he was just that's where I got that from. But the Chargers, 0-17 because they cut Xander Horvath essentially.
Real.
But I actually have them at 11 and 6.
Yeah,
Second in the
I
probably.
also
I'm gonna
have
say
them
10
at
and
11 and 6.
I'm gonna say
mean,
10 and 7. They lose
this is
one
probably-
game because they don't have Xander Horvath on the goal line.
This is
Unironically.
probably the easiest division to predict from an outside standpoint, I
Yeah.
would say. I think the Chargers will probably end up winning less than 11 games because they always seem to lose
The Chargers
more than they should. Chargers are Charger. Brandon Staley or Brandon Staley.
True.
But yeah, I mean that leads us to Geek.
That's not a Brandon Staley thing. That's just a Charger thing. Remember, this is
It's
the
always
team
true.
that missed the playoffs, having the best offense and
Yeah.
defense in football in the same year. They missed the playoffs. How does that even
Yeah.
happen?
Special teams, man.
Yeah,
Part of the
actually.
game.
Unironically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that leads us all to. It just depends on what we have for record, but I have the Chiefs at 12 and 5
Fuck.
in first place in the division. Yeah, man.
I got the Chiefs at
listen.
12 and 5.
Yeah,
I had the Chiefs at
Mahomes,
13 and 4.
Kelsey tore his ACL, so that's obviously not good.
No, he didn't. He hyperextended his knee. They said his ACL is good.
Oh,
Yeah, he still
I read
might
that
play
wrong.
Thursday.
I read that
Yeah.
wrong. I was looking on Twitter and I saw
Yeah, they
the
said-
word. I saw
It
the word
was worded
ACL
weird.
and I was like,
It was worded weird because they said his ACL is
We're fine.
still
NC, you have a good
intact.
night.
I was like, why do you
Was-
even gotta
was
say
the
that?
tweet.
But no, they're gonna be fine.
Yeah, probably.
MVS are probably gonna be 1,000-yard receiver because it's Mahomes and he's the number
Kadarius
one
Toney
option.
better.
Or Kadarius
Sky Moore.
Toney. Sky Moore will be good.
This is the
Justin
battle,
Ross, I think will be
dude.
good.
Mo Alley
Um,
Cox versus Austin Hooper again right
Except
now.
Sky
Jesus.
Moore has. Now listen, here's your take. Leo Chenal, good.
That's not news.
Yeah, Leo
but
Chenal
alright.
is good. Dude's an athlete. Yeah, I mean, what else can we say about the Chiefs that we haven't said every single? I mean, you two are probably tired of talking about the Chiefs at this point, seeing as that's what you did before we hopped on this recording.
That did
But
happen.
yeah, It's Mahomes, it's Andy Reid, it's Kelsey, it's the Chiefs, 12-5, first in the division.
Miller's making me feel bad about it, though. We talked about the Chiefs, but his worst piece of content is the one I was on. So
it's not your fault, though. It's literally all me because I rushed it.
Weren't you on like 3 of these team previews? One of them had to have been good.
I don't know.
The Broncos and Vikings were good. I liked them. The Broncos one was fun because of the fights.
Yeah.
Fights?
You brought on a Broncos hater to talk to Broncos fans.
That's called content.
Well, I know.
Especially you and Caleb specifically.
Yeah.
But no, like, the only reason
brought
I'm
me
not
on the
going to be
Bears
happy
episode.
No,
Actually,
I wanted
that wouldn't have gone that well. Because I would have just been like, yeah, Justin Fields good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I like that.
See, it would have been fighting over Darnell Mooney. We would have actually been having Austin Hooper and Mohamed Khan.
Yeah, because KJ
Grayson and Jared
Grayson
got up
said
mid-recording
something.
and came to your house.
And done what?
I don't know, yelled at you, spit on your floor, peed in your bathroom, like, I don't know.
I'm glad you went to the bathroom at least, dog. Gee.
Yeah, it's a long trip.
Yeah.
Going from the East Coast all the way out there, that's a long trip.
Taking something from your desk and moving it like 3 feet across the room to
Don't
inconvenience
do
I'm
you.
that.
gonna hide your dice.
See, don't do that because I'll actually not be able to find them.
Knocking a glass of water off the counter like a
speaking
cat.
of dice, you guys want to hear something awesome?
Yeah.
Listen, this is for our longtime viewers that are committed and watch every week. You remember how I was going? I lost a couple dice.
You found them?
I found them all. They're all back.
Found them.
You better use those on Thursday.
Again. I will.
Lost mine to Fandelver, the Arcana check on Twitch.
I will finally be making my long-awaited return that no one's actually waiting for, except for like the people playing.
I'll kill you if you need. I brought you back.
No, it's
to
okay.
life.
I like Kavan now. I figured out how to make Kavan fun for myself.
I kept you in this world. I can take you out of it.
You want to know how I'm gonna make Kavan fun? I'm gonna talk in a southern accent.
No, dude.
That's enough of that preview. Let's talk about more football. Now that we finished off our West Division predictions, let's move on to our Week 1 preview. How we're going to be doing each week's preview is we're going to go through a list of games. We're all going to pick them, and this idea was floated. Miller agreed to it. Geek never verbally agreed to it, but I'm sure he's in. We are going to be... We're going to be keeping track of all of our records throughout these picks. We'll be posting a graphic of the leaderboard every single week.
All right, Sean Watson, calm down.
Oh, man.
Don't tell Miller, but my goal for Miller's campaign is to punch a child in the face. Don't worry, I won't tell Miller.
Which one said that? It was Grayson. What am I kidding?
Yeah.
I just want to point out the one time we ran into a child in this campaign, he was locked in a dungeon with his mother. Grayson tried to fuck the mom and Caleb tried to help the kids, so...
Oh,
that was unironically our only interaction with a child in my campaign.
Grayson, who are you? What? You're such a strange person.
Jake, when's the Run the North D&D session starting?
I mean, I told you I would play D&D.
See, we need like 2 more people, but like,
well, Grayson will join.
No.
We can get Caleb. Caleb wants to do more D&D.
I'll be okay with
we'll have to
is
see.
Caleb the Broncos guy?
So it has to wait until I get done with Caldori.
Fair.
I am too.
Is that
but like I said, man.
Up?
Yeah. In a post.
There's an ending.
Oh, okay.
Eventually.
I figured that was something y'all were just gonna do for a while. How long have you been doing that?
Over a year.
We were talking about that the other night. Okay, yeah. I was gonna say I knew you'd been doing it for a long time. I didn't know you had an end in sight.
It ends next week.
It theoretically could.
Boom.
We've talked about it. I was like, I could end it like next week or like next summer. It's just the work to get there.
But by next summer, we'll have the Run the North office, and we'll be able to play it in person. So
we forgot about the Run the North
we'll have
office.
to worry about this.
I did find a building in Vegas. So.
Oh my god.
No.
So wait, when we do that, you're gonna DM, right, Geek?
I can, yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say because it would either have to be you or I, because I wouldn't want to spring that on
Never
Jake
played D&D.
first time he
Maybe
played,
we
yeah.
make Eero DM it, and it's just us three
could
as
do
the
that.
players.
That would
Could
actually
do
work.
that. Yeah.
We have to like make ourselves.
Oh
Uncooked.
God.
That would be cringe though.
Yeah, that would
What
suck.
classes would we all be? I guess Jake and I are bards by default.
I am definitely a barbarian.
Wait, how?
Because have you watched
'Cause
my
we-
streams? I just
we
start.
singer theater kids.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, theater kids. Yeah.
And I'm a
Yeah,
barbarian because have you watched my streams? I rage very quickly. So
Yeah.
Do.
barbarian.
Which is funny because I've only ever played bards. I think it's
But
just
yeah,
'cause I like it.
soon you find yourselves watching a D&D live stream on the Run the North YouTube account.
That'll
I'm
be
so
my
excited
words.
for that, by the way.
That'll be sick. But yeah, so like I said, with all these predictions, we're all going to pick these games individually. Talk about, give a short,
Well, I
brief
guess.
synopsis as to why we think said team is going to win, and then I will probably be the one doing this, which I'm fine with. I will tally up all the records at the end of the week, and I will post the leaderboard graphic so you guys can see which one of us knows ball the most throughout the entirety. Yes.
So do you have a Google Doc open to like write down who's picking what or something? Do you have a way to write it down?
Yes, I can do that right now.
I was
That's a
gonna
good
say
point.
you might want to just know and not have to re-listen to us talking
Like
for
listen
an
back
hour.
to the episode. Yeah, I would probably prefer not to do that. Let's open up with this Thursday's season opener in Detroit.
Are we just doing a winner or winner
No,
and
it's in
score?
Kansas City.
Just a winner, I think.
Okay, good, because I suck at score predictions.
It's in Kansas City. So yes, let's get right into this. Who would like to kick us off?
Respectfully, I think this is just going to be a sweep, right? There's no way we don't all agree.
Oh, you don't even know. Yeah, fucking Chiefs are winning by a lot.
I'm taking the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Answer Mahomes and
Guy Moore.
no.
Hey, you know what? You know
Mahomes
what? I'm
and
calling my
Burrowhead.
shot. I'm calling my shot. This is the
Lions?
Richie Grant legacy game. Richie James, whichever one's the receiver. Richie Grant's the safety. Richie James. This is the Richie James legacy game. There's two Richies. That's too many. Go by
Fair.
Richard, God damn it. Rich.
Yeah.
Dick.
Rich. Even better.
This is
So,
what people
moving on
call
to-
Richard.
You know,
A
I
more
can tell when you
competitive
use a lowercase d.
Yeah. We know the Chiefs.
Talk and punctuation.
You know the
No.
Chiefs are.
It was
Shut
a
up! I know what I
Batman
said was
joke,
stupid.
Dude. Jason
Oh
Todd
my
and
God.
Dick Grayson. I know when you use a
Yes.
lowercase d because. Listen, Dick. There it is. He finally
I'm gonna throw
realized I was
myself off
talking
the
about his
building.
favorite
Okay.
character.
So the Chiefs, it's a clean sweep. We all
Yeah.
think they're gonna win. It's Mahomes versus the Lions defense. Game over. Bengals Browns. I'll kick us off because I probably had the unpopular take here. I'm taking the Browns.
It ain't Cleveland.
Yeah.
I think the Browns take their home opener.
I don't trust Watson yet. Not that I'll ever trust Watson, but I don't.
Well, yeah.
And I
Watson's
still don't
competent
think
yet.
that defense is that good. Like, I know they added some pieces.
Really?
I
Dude,
do. But yeah.
their linebackers still aren't great. I don't trust the secondary, not really, outside of Denzel Ward. And I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
Denzel Ward's hurt.
Zadarius Smith does not move
Yeah.
me.
I'm still taking the Browns.
So,
That might be my
Yeah, I'm
upset
not,
pick.
it's not even Zadarius that gets me excited. It's Okoronkwo, but Denzel Ward being out is tough. Because
That is tough.
what do you got? Like, no disrespect to Martin Emerson, but is he your answer for
Martin
Damar?
Emerson and, oh my God. What is bro's name? Their corner
God, you've
two.
got me
Oh
stumped.
my God.
I thought their corner two was Martin Emerson.
No. Is it? No.
Isn't it Greg Newsom?
Thank you. Yes, Greg.
Ah,
Greg
of
Newsom.
course.
He's not.
Yeah.
He's a little better than.
But yeah, I mean, I'm sure both of you are taking. I mean, we know Miller likes the Bengal good win game motto.
Bengal
I'm
good
sure
win
he'll
game.
say that here.
Wyoming
So
legend Logan
yeah.
Wilson win game.
true. That leads us to. Oh man, this should be a sweep too. Texans Ravens.
Actually, no.
AJ Stroud's gonna have a rough opener.
I'm predicting
sorry,
a tie. No.
Especially against that front.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad.
Yeah,
Like,
I think
dude,
that's just gonna be a clean sweep for all of us.
I don't know. Are you guys Justin Madubuike enjoyers?
He's okay.
I don't know if I'm an enjoyer per se, but I don't think he's terrible.
Right.
Okay, because he's going up against a backup center this week. That's a rookie.
Sick.
That could be good.
That's gonna be fun.
Either way, I mean, even if he wasn't, it's the Texans and the Ravens.
And then they
I
got
love the Ravens
number
this year.
0, who's kind of good, I guess.
I think the Ravens are only going to lose 4 games, and one of them will not be to the Texans. So
Who's wearing number 0?
Hold on.
Roquan Smith.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's not wearing 18 anymore, thankfully.
All right.
That was a crime, dude.
That was great. Because Miller hated it, so I loved it.
I'm assuming you're taking the Ravens as well?
Yeah, I'm taking the Ravens.
Can I disagree on a game, please?
No.
We will this one. I tell you. Bucks Vikings.
Who and who?
We're in. Bucks Vikings.
We're not going to disagree.
Oh, we are. It's Baker Mayfield time. It's Baker Mayfield. I have to have an upset pick.
Okay, that's fair. I don't think it's going to be this, though. Not in the first week.
Let me look at
Wait a minute. Okay. Here's the only argument I can see. Let me play devil's advocate. Let me play devil's advocate. I'm not saying I agree with this because I'm taking the Vikings. I'll put that out there first and foremost. Only argument I can see here is Baker is getting to go. When we talked about this in my Bucks preview, I like Baker this year the more I think about it. Because I forgot for the longest time Dave Canales signed with Tampa. Dave Canales is getting a lot of credit for the work he did with Geno, right?
Mm-hmm.
Baker coming in was a better quarterback than Geno. Nobody's going to argue that.
Mm-hmm.
Baker's highs before last year were higher than Geno's. Baker only started to be like an objectively awful quarterback when his arm was dead. And then when you took him out of a play action heavy offense and put him in a spread offense ran by Matt Rule. So in other words, you took him out of his strengths and put him in a clusterfuck.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm starting to the more I think about it, Baker Mayfield in a play action system ran by a guy who made not made Geno Smith, but helped Geno Smith reach where he needed to be. I'm starting to think Baker might actually be able to be decent. So unless we get Baker didn't right back in week 1, I don't see it happening. That's the only argument I can see, but I'm not subscribing to it personally.
I get Baker could play well, but do we forget who they're playing? I'm sorry. The Bucs defense isn't good.
No,
they
I don't
have any single player in the secondary, and they're going against one of the best passing offenses in football. Antoine Winfield Jr. is fine. He's too slow to make a big difference. He's not that guy.
We're talking about in coverage specifically.
Yeah,
I get you.
I said
okay.
They're going against a top 5 passing offense in football.
Well, I said hold on when you said secondary. It was before you said passing offense.
Yeah, because their secondary against the passes. Antoine Winfield's great as a box safety, and he can cover like a tight end most of the time. Hawkinson's a little different.
Hawkinson's a fat receiver.
Well, like I said, like we were saying earlier, most tight ends are mid. Hawkinson is not most. He's one of few. Like a Kelsey, like a Andrews, like a Pitts, like a Goddard. Who else am I forgetting?
Matt.
Onion.
I don't know if I'm going Komet yet. But
and Mark Andrews.
Matt's top 10.
Well, top 10 isn't what I was saying. I was going on top 5 guys there.
I think you named 5 guys.
Okay, yeah, so cool. But yeah, so it's not a hater, not hating on Baker. It's just
no, the Vikings are going to win it. I'm just saying that's the path to victory for Tampa.
I mean, if
that's there
fair.
were to be one.
That's fair. And I guess Baker does have the best weapons he's ever had before. So
yeah, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, who I think Godwin's going to eat this year.
Trey Palmer can be cool because speed.
Yeah, this offense they're bringing over is obviously like McVay-ish. I think the way they use Cooper Kupp in LA is how they're going to use Godwin in Tampa, and I think Godwin can eat like that. And then obviously Mike Evans is Mike Evans. Kate Otton's a fine possession receiver. I like Rachaad White as a pass catcher out of the backfield. Like you said, Palmer can be cool. I like Payne Durham a lot, who's going to be their tight end too. Offensive line's kind of where my issues are on their offense.
I mean,
because
everybody, yeah,
especially with Ryan Jensen being gone, like that's you don't recover from that.
So Jake, did you say we have to do a upset pick now?
I think he was just doing one.
I always try and I'm still taking the Vikings. I am gonna have an upset pick at some point, though.
I don't have.
It's not required, but you can have one other weeks.
Yeah.
That brings us to stay in the NFC South with the Panthers and the Falcons.
Ooh.
I'm taking Carolina.
Oh,
taking Atlanta.
I'm taking Carolina.
I'm taking Atlanta. Atlanta at home. Incredible weapon.
At home.
And I don't trust the Panthers defense. I love a gyro, but they don't have the players.
Oh, let's not say they don't have good players. They don't.
I said they don't have the players.
I'm not entirely sure Burns is going to play.
Burns might not play.
So if he doesn't play, I might change.
If Burns doesn't play, the only players on that defense that move me are Luvu, Brown, and
Horn.
JC Horn.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I am starting to become so Luvu pilled. I love Frankie Luvu.
Oh, Frankie Luvu's sick.
So fun. Derek Brown also might be my favorite interior player in all of football, but.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
I love Derek Brown, dude. I don't know what it is. Carolina's defense is like some of the names on there. Like I've always liked Brian Burns. I don't know. I think it's just because I got so pumped on them doing the Panthers preview. That's been the beauty of those team previews, dude. Is just finding guys that I'd never really thought about before and be like, damn, you kind of like that.
They kind of cook.
I didn't realize you were chill like that. I've said that. I've unironically said that out loud watching tape multiple times this summer about an NFL players. I didn't know you were chill like that.
I didn't know you were chill like that.
Okay, move on. Cards versus the Commanders. I mean.
Say that again. Commanders versus who?
Cards.
It's in Washington, their first game under new ownership. The Commanders are going to come out. Yeah, the Commanders are going to.
All of that is why I kind of want to take the Cardinals, dude.
I'm not.
New ownership, quarterbacks like first real start. Oh, I'm absolutely also. If it was literally any other team than Arizona, I would pick the other team.
Yeah,
this is a high stakes game for Washington. They don't win those.
Don't care. Sam Howell era starts now. Commanders by 1 billion. The energy in that stadium is going to be crazy.
True. That's not good. The stadium might collapse. It's kind of a shithole.
It's going to, and then they're going to have to build a new one.
Yeah, that's even better.
Or the team's going to have to fold because, we're just going to move on.
No, it'll be after everyone leaves. They'll storm the field, and as they storm the field, the bleachers will just fall around the field.
Ah, good.
They'll get trapped and they'll have to get airlifted out, but no one will get hurt.
It'll just be thousands and thousands of fans just standing on the field as they watch the stadium around them crumble.
And then they'll have to airlift them out, but they'll all be okay.
As they all build a turtle shell around Sam Howell so he doesn't get hurt. But Jack's Colts
is the savior.
But over to the other South, Jack's Colts. I mean, I think the Jags are going to be one of the best teams in football this year. So I'm taking the Jags there.
Yeah, I don't expect Anthony
Richardson. The week 1
games
are not very contentious so far. Niners, Steelers.
Dude.
You know what? This is my upset. This is my upset. I'm taking the Steelers.
I'm considering it, but I am
taking
the
Niners. I'll make this my official upset pick.
Kind of thought about it for a second.
I'm not gonna pick just an upset to just pick an upset.
No, this is not just to pick an upset.
It's a reasonable upset.
It is one that I do have some faith in logistically.
Where were you when Kenny Pickett outdueled Brock Purdy at 1 p.m. on a Sunday?
Saying that is gonna happen is fair, but you do realize that who's facing who here, right? Kenny Pickett against the Niners defense behind one of the worst offensive lines in football. Defense? Oh, yes. Patrick Peterson's going to do great on Brandon Ayuk.
Yep.
And who's corner two? Joey Porter. I like Joey Porter.
Say something about Joey Porter. Go ahead.
He's going to give Debo a hug every play.
No, because Brandon Ayuk's gonna beat his ass.
Yeah, but he's gonna give Debo a hug
rookie,
every
welcome
play.
to the NFL. So,
I'm
I
taking the
don't see a
Niners.
world where the Steelers really got
The
this one.
Jays might just be back in the last spot.
Bro
7-1,
is
bottom
so
of the
hyped
eighth.
about a baseball team that's gonna lose in the first round of the
am.
Twins.
They won't play the Twins.
I know,
They
they
no
won't.
shot they play the Twins.
But
But yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. I was proud of that.
the Niners probably will win, but I do honestly have a reasonable belief that the Steelers could. Titans Saints.
Who dat?
Derek Carr go burr, so I'm taking the
Who
Saints.
dat?
Shout out Valente.
Was that the most depressed
gonna be at
who-dat
that
you've
game.
ever heard? Because I think it might have been.
Valente
should've
will be
been.
at that game. Shout out the homie.
Shout out.
Him and Cass.
And Cass. Nice.
They're both going. Yeah.
Nice.
The divisional matchup: Raiders Broncos, gentlemen. Raiders Broncos.
Russ shall cook.
It's
once
in
again.
Denver. And the Raiders can't breathe in Denver, so. Give me the Broncos.
I am taking. Am I taking?
The Broncos might
Taking
actually
your time, that's
have
what you're taking.
the best home field advantage in all of sports. Or
Nope,
the second best.
it's me.
The altitude,
To the Broncos.
dude.
I do.
The altitude, because, nobody can breathe up there where there's no oxygen.
Are you gonna breathe with
Yeah.
no air?
Yeah, like that.
Speaking of,
They
upset
really
picks,
should play that every time. Like a running back runs
Somebody
and
gets
looks all
winded.
gassed. Are you gonna breathe with no air?
Speaking of upset
Oh.
picks, the Eagles and the Patriots.
Okay, hear me out.
No.
Hear me out.
I won't. I
Hear me
actually
out.
won't hear you out. You are not
I'm
allowed to
taking New
speak.
England. I'm taking New
You're an
England.
He's
idiot.
serious. He's serious.
Hear me out.
I'm writing this on the Google Doc, and it's locked in for this week. It'll go on your record.
Bro's
Dude,
an idiot.
I'm not an idiot. I'm just Patriot pilled. I like the Patriots this year.
Okay.
Based
you're
off
doing it.
what? They're bad quarterbacks, they're
Watson.
bad receivers, they're bad O-line, or they're bad defense? What do we like?
said-
Bad
said
defense is just objectively wrong. They were a top 10 defense last year.
Yeah,
and got
I
better.
know. Belichick's gonna cook with nothing. They got like 4 players.
Max not
They
bad.
added
He's
Christian
mid.
Gonzalez to a top
Mac is
10
bad.
defense.
Mac is just as good as Jared Goff.
And I think Jared Goff is bad. So
They're like
because
15
when you
to
cannot
20.
throw
Blake
more than
Cunningham
30
is
yards, you
just as
cannot
good as
play
Jared-
in a
Blake
cold
Cunningham
weather
is just
stadium.
as good as
You
Patrick
just can't.
Mahomes.
Dude has
What
a
is it?
weaker arm than me. I don't understand. Mac Jones, you're not winning with him.
No, I'm taking the Patriots. I got a gut
You're
feeling.
insane. Give me the Eagles by bout 50.
That's what they've said to every genius that's ever lived.
No,
He
it's
told
not.
Oppenheimer he was
They
insane.
doubted Oppenheimer.
And look what he did. Did horrible atrocities.
Actually, they didn't. And no, he didn't commit any atrocities.
He created a super weapon. He became Death, the destroyer of worlds.
He said that line in the movie.
Hell,
Rams
I'm
versus
surrounded by
Seahawks.
morons.
Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Yeah, Hawks. I don't think there's any. I mean, there's not really much of an argument for the Rams unless if it's in LA. Is it in LA?
No.
What if Gino writes back, guys?
What if Gino writes back this year?
What
He's
if
just
Aaron Donald
terrible.
doesn't write back?
Yeah, what if Aaron Donald gets 75 sacks? He just gets
I
sacked
still
on every
think the
single
Seahawks
play.
win.
If he gets sacked
Because
on
it's
every
a
single
sack
play,
fumble. Ken Walker picks it up, touchdown every time.
Walker's hurt. Not gonna play week one.
Shut up.
Try again.
Nick Ballore.
Jackson Smith and Jigba picks it up every time and runs it for a touchdown.
Hurt
Also, might not play week one.
Charles Cross picks it up every time. Touchdown.
at
It's all right. At least he's not in trouble with the law like Jervon Dexter. Actually,
What?
I don't know if it's actually. I'm so confused by this article. So the headline.
what is it? The thing with him suing the
It-
NCAA?
He's suing them? No. Jervon
Yes.
Dexter's NIL deal violated
He's getting
law,
sued by the
but I
entire
don't know.
NCAA.
Yeah, they fucked him over with his NIL deal, so
Oh,
he's
okay.
suing them.
Oh, this headline is horrible.
Yeah, no,
I never
it's him
actually
suing
clicked
them.
it. It's just
Yeah.
I have a depth chart open, and the headline is just on this side, so I have no clue what the article was. So I was just
No, I don't know the specifics of it, but they either lied about something in his NIL deal or did something like wrote something like in the fine print of his deal that he didn't know about that violated something. So they were trying to get him in trouble, but he found out about it, cleared his name, and now he's suing them.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So he's clear. Javon's chilling. Changed his number to 99 today, according to Grayson, which I think is pretty cool.
Nice.
Next, DeForest Buckner confirmed. Also, Roshan Johnson's now wearing 23.
Saw that. Hate it.
I love it.
Hate it.
Why?
It's Devin Hester's number. You fuck.
It's not retired.
I don't care. Roshan will never be half the player.
It'll be better on offense.
Doesn't matter. Devin Hester's a Hall of Famer. Roshan will not be a Hall of Famer.
Rare. That's the first correct take you've had all night.
I don't think
Even though we have agreed on like 90.
I was gonna say we've agreed on everything. So bro's calling himself an idiot.
This one could be one that we don't agree on.
I hope not.
Fins and the Chargers.
Give me the Chargers.
Dolphins and the Chargers.
Give me the Chargers.
I will take the Fins here. Pretty easily.
Well, Michael McDaniel to Cook.
Are you also taking the Fins, Miller?
I have this prediction that Tua gets sacked 45 times. Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa against a bad O-line. Good night.
Not moved.
Ratio.
I'm not moved. Bro's moved by what?
Jervon Dexter.
Well, that's a bear,
Who
not a
doesn't
dolphin.
play for either of these teams.
Give me
It's
the
just
better team to win the game.
You know what I'm moved by?
Mike McDaniel.
No, not only Mike McDaniel, but a quarterback and an offensive coordinator going into their first game against Vic Fangio.
True. Fangio's a very good defensive coordinator.
Herbert's bullied Fangio a few times, actually.
This is true.
Fangio didn't have the defense he has now.
He had a better one? Denver? Hello?
I'm so high on this Dolphins defense.
You're nutty. Okay.
Why? Where's the hole? Where's the weakness?
Their
Ramsey's
second corner is me, at
Cam
best.
Smith.
No, it's not. It's Cam Smith.
A rookie.
Actually, he's right. I like Cam Smith.
I
like
you
Cam
loved Cam Smith.
I do.
Christian
But
Wilkins
a
is
rookie?
sick too.
Dude, listen. Cam Smith's entire job in college was to do exactly what he's going to do in Vic Fangio's defense, which doesn't require a lot of him actually doing much.
No, but
it's just sitting in his zone.
Yeah, and
Listen,
they
I'll put
have
it this
the
way.
zone
The
picker
easy-
aparter in Keenan Allen.
Okay,
Keenan
listen.
Allen's gonna have 23 catches for about 450 and 5 tuds.
Let me explain this, okay? Vic Fangio's defense does two things that'll hurt the Chargers. Number one, not super reliant on the corners. The corner's job is made a lot easier by everything else going on, right? Number two, Vic Fangio, 90% of the time, singles out one wide receiver, takes him out of the game. Do you really think he would not do that to Keenan Allen if Keenan Allen is the zone picker aparter?
Okay, so Mike Williams and Quentin
Most
Johnston
inconsistent
can have...
50-50. Okay, so
If
Quentin
you say
Johnston,
the most
who's wide receiver
inconsistent
4,
50-50 guy, I might kick you because that's not accurate.
Quentin Johnston, who's wide receiver 4,
Sure.
not according to me, like he is actually listed on the depth chart as wide receiver 4. That is confirmed.
Yeah.
And Quentin Johnston, okay, so Herbert's just going to throw a 50-50 ball every play?
I mean, it could work.
I don't have a lot of faith in it. I'm not saying it's going to be like a slaughter, but it'll
I don't know.
be. I'll put it this way: I have more faith in Miami's defense than I do the Chargers' defense, and I have more faith in Mike McDaniel's offense than I do in Kellen Moore's offense.
I agree with both those statements.
See, that's both fair, but I have more faith in Justin Herbert than I have in Tua, who, have to execute and make plays.
Does Tua not execute? Is that literally not why he was like the most efficient passer in all of football until he got hurt?
And then he got hurt again and again and again and again. If he gets hit one time, he gets hurt.
Have you not seen like the insane amount of videos of him like rolling his head and not smacking his head off the ground and like learning how to avoid concussions.
Also, this game was.
But I'll put it this way. I don't bank on injuries.
I don't either.
I'm not going to do that.
But what I am banking on is how much better of a quarterback Justin Herbert is. Going against a secondary that's missing a lot of pieces. Is Christian Wilkins going to play?
Yes.
Is he?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
And hold on, what do you mean a lot of pieces? What all pieces are they missing?
The biggest piece is Jalen Ramsey. But
also,
they don't have Jalen Ramsey.
I agree that Justin Herbert is way better of a quarterback than Tua.
Right, there's no arguing that. But
that was true. That was true last year, and this was a 6-point game last year, and that could have gone either way.
And the Dolphins got a lot better.
The Dolphins got better, and they hired Vic Fangio.
The Dolphins'
in between
defensive line
and the
rocks.
Chargers got healthier. I think that's another thing we're forgetting. They were one of the unhealthiest teams in football last year.
Okay, the Dolphins have a healthy Tua.
He was healthy when they played last year.
I'm just saying in general.
So Mike Williams and Keenan Allen were both healthy. Josh Palmer was healthy.
That still isn't.
Most of their starting defense was healthy.
Their entire O-line was hurt almost the entire. Like, dude, I don't know. This is a weird thing to argue about because, like, who actually cares? But I'm still picking the Chargers.
Who actually cares? This is going to be one of the better games this week.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But I still think
the better.
Chargers.
I don't agree with the better team. I think the Dolphins are a better team.
Didn't you predict?
Very close.
Didn't you predict the Dolphins to be third in their division?
Yeah, there's 3 teams in the AFC East that are better than most of the teams in the AFC. Period.
Fair enough.
Sure.
Like if there are 3 teams in the AFC East
left.
that'll probably make the playoffs.
Can't look to my left where chat is.
You're going.
Grayson's
the Bears.
Screaming.
Want to know why? This is Packers Bears time.
The Bears are winning.
The Bears.
Give me the Bears. Yep. No doubt. No
Clean
question.
sweep.
Because, like, think about it.
They will. Jordan Love, if he is good this year, will not be week 1. I don't think.
The only
So-
advantage the Packers have is the Bears' pass rush. But I'm confident
Do
in our
they?
secondary
Is
against.
Bach play?
Even if
Or
Bach doesn't
Elgton?
play, dude. Listen, even
They're
if they
both
don't
playing.
play,
Are
dude, it's DeMarcus Walker and Rasheem Green.
Yeah, and Jordan Love will have time to throw. I just don't know if he's going to execute that well in his first game.
And not only that, but I trust our corners against your receivers. Like a lot.
This is true,
Other
especially
than
because if
Christian Watson will have one
if,
play where he goes nuclear.
if Watson, Dubs, or Reed are going to be like 1,000 receivers this year, I don't think they're going to get off to hot starts. I wouldn't say.
And the good thing is too, even if Watson does have a play where he torches Jalen Johnson and just gets out, Eddie Jackson's healthy for this
The problem is
It's just the speed.
And
Christian
the
Watson's
problem
gonna
is,
have one
no.
play where he just scores a
I mean,
touchdown.
he will, yeah. But I'm saying like it's not going to happen consistently
No.
because they have Eddie Jackson to protect.
And the
over
problem
the
is
top.
with
Or
with
it's
how
like
Eddie
last year
Jackson's-
where he just drops the touchdown anyways, and it doesn't
another
matter.
thing. Yeah.
or like the
And
thing
I'm
is like
so Gary's
how-
not playing, right?
he's still he hasn't been ruled either way.
Okay, I think I saw somewhere that if he does play, it's going to be on a limited snap count.
It will be a
anyways.
limited snap count for sure.
So, like,
he's not gonna play a
listen, the Bears' offensive line, it's not healthy, but it's going to be better.
Yeah,
I trust the
and
interior.
the one thing I'm scared about is like Musgrave and Kraft have both been kind of shaky in the preseason, and the Bears linebackers are good, and so I fear that Jordan Love will be looking for a safety valve, and it will not be there, and he will make a
going to feast.
stupid decision and probably throw a couple picks.
He better look at
It's-
that guy who wears 33 to be his safety valve.
Yeah, it's going to be a rough start for the
And then
Packers
Tremaine's going to go,
offense.
give me your running back.
But yeah, I'm
He's going to go, as he approaches Aaron Jones out loud. Aaron Jones is going to get scared and drop the football. Foolproof plan.
No,
Don't tell me
because
it
you
wouldn't
see,
work.
Aaron Jones is just going to stop and look at the football and go,
And say,
what
even
even
is
is this thing?
And while
And Edmonds will just stop and be like, oh, I don't even have to tackle him. He doesn't even know what a football is. And
But
then
then what's
suddenly
gonna
he's just
happen-
going to take off really fast. Score a
Okay,
touchdown.
but the thing is, Tyreek Stevenson doesn't have any like regard for human life, so he's gonna come up and be like, "No," and then just smack the ball out of his hands and be like, "I'll tell you what it is," and then he's gonna run with it and score a touchdown.
Fair
Open
enough.
full.
Apparently,
I don't-
Tyreek Stevenson doesn't care about stoppage of play; just hits
Yeah.
anyways.
I don't know
He
if
actually
that's
did get a
good.
late hit penalty against the Colts.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
I'm out of the
He's
league.
simply alpha mindset, alpha grind set. Tyreek Stevenson.
See, but anybody hits a bear late, And oh my god.
Yeah.
Dude, it was literally he had 1 foot inbounds and he shoved them. It wasn't
happened,
like
the same thing happened to Ivan Pace.
Yeah.
In the first game against the Seahawks. Dude actually still had 1 foot in bounds, and Pace just yeeted himself. He steps out of bounds and whack.
See, Tyreek didn't even hit him
fuck.
hard. It was like he had, you know, when you have the Madden animation you get when your guy's on the sideline, the DB just like shoves him really hard, and he like takes a little like stutter step. It was that in real life. It wasn't even like he hit him. He hardly made contact with him, and they were like, late penalty.
That's fair.
You're gonna die today.
That's fair.
And then everyone, including Colts fans, were like, "Wow, that's a soft call."
Soft.
Yeah. Cowboys Giants.
Hey.
2 games left to predict here. Miller, I think you and I are gonna say the exact same thing.
No way.
Maybe not.
I'm letting you two cook first.
Let go.
Give me them boys.
Okay. Yes.
So,
Cowboys.
I hate that all these games are clean sweeps.
Well, dude, it's the Cowboys
first
in week
week.
1, dude. This is the week where Dak's going to put up 500 yards and 5 touchdowns. He does it every fucking week 1. He
Just one week
outscored
it
Brady in
doesn't.
week 1.
As the great Post Malone once said, "You do this every time."
Yeah.
As the great Sid the Sloth said, they do this every year.
I remember when the TikTok audio was viral. They
Message.
swapped out that line with Sid.
Message.
All right.
Oh.
Maybe we'll disagree here
Finally.
again.
I'm taking the Bills.
Oh,
Against whom?
The Jets.
in
Monday
New
night.
York. Well,
New York
no,
Riders
in New
debut.
Jersey, actually.
In New Jersey. But I'm still taking the Bills. And then I think they're going to get off to a strong start this season. And the Jets will take their second matchup, but yeah.
I'm taking the Jets.
Give me the Jets.
Jets. Jets.
Apparently, Jets fans think they're the villains of the NFL.
Well, they want to
Yeah,
be
they
because
probably
Rodgers
do.
is supposed to be the villain. But then
Yeah,
Hard
now
but
Knocks.
that-
now
now that-
Rodgers is like
now-
mellow.
Yeah, but
now
then
that
Hard Knocks
is out, people
happened,
are
and
like,
everybody goes,
"Wait a
"Oh,
minute,
Green Bay actually
he's
was
a
the
good
problem."
guy.
Oh no,
Rodgers is a dude. I love Aaron Rodgers.
See, I knew that
Aaron
because
Rodgers
I
is
watched
a
the
good
McAfee
leader
show.
and he's a good person.
Back then.
Like
What happened to McAfee?
Became such a douchebag, dude.
Right?
He used to be one of my favorite guys in like sports
Yeah.
media.
Dude, it sucks.
Not
It's
anymore.
like he realized that a lot of his audience was a bunch of like douchebag frat boys, and he was like, "Let me just appeal to them and only."
I haven't really thought of him the same since the Coleman thing.
No, the Brett Coleman thing was so
Yeah.
fucked up, dude. Like, I get, even if it was a misunderstanding, he handled it so poorly. Then to bring Brett on his show and talk down to him,
Yeah.
do you?
I didn't even know Brett went on the show.
Yeah, no, Brett, he didn't go on the show. It was like a Zoom call thing. Like, they spoke on the show, and he was essentially talking to Brett like, "Yeah, well, you know I didn't know, right? You know I had no idea, right? You know I get thousands of messages every day, right?" And Brett was just kind of be like, "Yeah, man, I get it.
Right,
I'm
like-
the same way. I get the same shit, dude. I understand. Like, my bad. But, you know, you were still kind of an ass about it."
Dude, he's like constantly an ass, and I don't know.
Yeah.
That's like, I can't stand even looking at him anymore. Like, they did did you guys see the video where they were auditioning the third host of the Manning cast?
That was so funny. I
It
love
was
that video.
great.
Just
I loved it.
personality.
Geek, you gotta watch it. Kirk's in it. He's great.
Nice.
Kirk does something, and then Peyton's like, "I like that," and he goes,
You like that?
You like
And
that?
then-
And then
and then
Peyton
he
goes,
did-
"Yeah, I liked it." And he goes, "You like that?"
Then Kirk just goes, "Did you like it?"
Did you?
and then that's
Right.
his-
Sick. Love
But
that.
no,
I also
McAfee went
love
on
the
there.
like script video too. The
The script video.
the script video was so
Justin in the
funny.
script video made me so happy. Side tangent, right? Do you know how great it feels to actually have a Bears player be like featured in NFL content not related to the Bears inherently? This is the first time we've had
Congrats.
that since like Urlacher, dude.
yeah.
It's so fun.
I
And
wouldn't
love
know what
that
that's
they played
like,
into the
but
bit.
yeah.
I love that they played into the bit. He was like, "What if I replace my legs with wheels?" That's so funny.
He might get worse.
And then they did like, did you guys branching off of that? They did like little auditions with NFL with like the people in the script video, and Fields is one of them. And he said like, I'm gonna hit 2,000 rushing yards this year, and it was very obviously scripted, and they told him to say that. But of course, Packers Twitter ran wild with it.
Of course.
Yeah, no,
No, I
I'm
brought
just
up the
still sad
Manning
he's
thing.
not a Viking.
Well, I brought up the Manning thing because they had all these different people in there. It was so funny. Like even Livy Dunn was on it.
yeah.
Yeah. She walks over and they're like, "Where would I know you from?" She's
You
like,
guys heard of
"I was."
TikTok?
Yeah, have you guys heard of TikTok? And he's like, "Yeah." And she goes, "Have you?" And it cuts. But no, Pat goes on there and he's like, "I'm here to audition for the brand." I was like, "Dude."
I hate this guy.
Dude,
Then
and I
it's
used to
funny-
love the for the brand thing. Now
Uh-huh.
I'm the pro kicker guy. Fuck McAfee. I'm the
Real.
kicker guy now. Thank you for
Yeah.
coming to my
But it was-
TED Talk.
It was funny because Peyton walks over with some paper and he's like, "Come on, let's get some sleeves on you, bud." And he
Miller,
duct tapes paper to him.
moving forward, we only pick games. You have to pick every game based on fullback. And I have to pick every game based off kicker. And see if we can
We start
somehow
over.
get records wind.
I'm not
over?
starting.
No, I
this
don't have
over.
time. But
I'm so tired.
moving
Okay,
forward, thoughts?
Yes.
Oh. Listen, I will. Jake, I'll just send you like an updated version of this after the episode.
Based off of
The only
Man,
fullback?
you're locked.
No, we're locked for week 1. It's fine.
Okay.
But,
I think I picked mostly good fullback teams.
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah.
I believe that is all we have for you guys here on this wonderful, I guess it's Friday for you guys.
If you're
you guys
watching
have
live,
al-
my team preview's about to
Yeah.
go up. Go watch it.
you
Which
guys
one?
have all you guys
Jets.
You guys have
Fuck.
already seen Lions and Chiefs, and you'll know if we were right or wrong about this. But yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Run the North podcast. Be sure to follow us on all of our social platforms: Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube at Run the North Pod, everywhere. Help grow the podcast any way you can. Give us a rate and a review on Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcast. You can find us, and we will see you next week.